So remember this. If you are the highest or the lowest, you're thought of to be the best. If you're in the middle, the consumer doesn't even notice you. They think of you as the worst. So here's the fall strategy you guys all make the mistake of doing. You say, let's find out what the competitor's doing, and I'll come in just below. That's a false strategy that doesn't work as good now because you're assuming that people don't have the time to figure out whether your quality is the same or better or worse. Right? You want to be higher or you want to be lower, or you want to be high and have a promotional price that gets you to lower. But you have to have that premium offering. Okay? All right. So here's just a little graphic that shows that. As your price goes up, your perception of quality goes up. So what's a better watch, a Timex or a Rolex? Rolex. Okay, how much does a Rolex cost? Thousands. How much does a Timex cost? $100. So let's say the $100 is actually the value of the Timex, of the actual timepiece. What are you getting for the other $900 or $5,000 for a Rolex? What are you getting?
The name.
The name. What else?
Quality.
Yeah, reputation.
Reputation, quality, prestige,
Resale value.
perception, resale value. How many of you buy a watch saying, yeah, I can't wait to resell this puppy? Oh, I know why you do it. Because a Rolex is waterproof down to 600 meters. So if it falls off the boat and you have to go get it, you won't come back, but the watch will. Honey, I had to buy the twin turbo four-wheel drive Porsche because you never know when I'm going to have to really rush to get the kids in a driving rain. I'm really just thinking of the family here. All right? Now, last one. This is a great one for you, all of you that network, certainly all of you in this community. JV or joint venture around a like customer. I think, Chris, you have the expression, I got a guy, right? I got a guy, right? So this is the I got a guy strategy. Align with those who provide complementary services to your ideal client. This assumes you have an ideal client avatar. If you don't, we'll help you create one. But once you have an ideal client avatar, I bet you, for the people that are in this room, your client buys some of the services that the other people in this room provide. So the question that you guys should be asking yourselves after this meeting is, who's your ideal client? And look, that's how you're trying to find a match. Who's your ideal client? Who's your ideal client? Do our ideal clients match? I'll talk to you later. I want to talk to her now. I want to talk to you now. How can we help each other? And you can do co-marketing and strategic alliances among those. It's a slightly higher level of networking where you say, we have this in common. Let's sit down and figure out how we do business together. Not, if I think of someone mentions your service, I'll think of you and send them your way. It's a slightly higher level of networking and strategizing. Does that make sense? Okay. Since we're over by a couple minutes, I'll say anyone who has any questions, I'll be happy to stay and take any of those questions offline. Fair enough? Okay, so I think we have more in the...
Do you want to give them 1 minute on the alignment factor? Tell them what that was all about?
Happy to. Okay.
1 minute.
Sure, 1 minute. I don't need a minute, so I'm just going to... I'll kill 30 seconds. All right, so the alignment factor. So TAB, the alternative board, has a... they've had this program actually for years now. It was actually developed in the 80s and 90s, but they're bringing it back out. And it's a training program for companies. There's 12 separate modules where they will help companies increase their leadership competencies, sales competencies, management competencies. And while it was originally designed for companies with 10 employees or more, it actually fits any size company. That was the original design, but the way they're rolling it out now is you can, at a much more competitive price, you can get a very high value training experience, very structured over the span of 12 months. So I get the opportunity to work with TAB Corporate, so I watch this as well as with Chris. So I watch this program being developed, and the author, I'm watching the author put it together and use it. And it's been very, very successful in the other parts of the country that it's been used. So I threw my hat in the ring to work with Chris on it. I'm very excited about it. Hope we get the chance to work together on it. There'll be more for sure. But if you're thinking, if you or someone you know thinks, you know what, there's a certain part of our employees, our staff, our team, or our clients are not performing where we want them to be, the alignment factor is a structured training program to help, bring them from competence to excellence. Okay?
Thank you for a great presentation.
Chris, my pleasure.